News Radio 700 WLW.
You are probably like most homeowners in the United States. If you own a home, you're in a majority in this sense. The vast majority of people who own homes today have mortgages with interest rates below 4%, and in some cases below 3%. Even if you refinanced a couple of years ago, you still have mortgage rates that are infinitely lower than what they are going for right now. Interest rates somewhere between 7.5 and 7.9% on a 30-year fixed. And that comes and it goes, but basically it is much more expensive to get a mortgage today than what it was 2 years ago. Median age of a home in the United States is about 40 years old, and 50% of the houses that are in the United States right now were built before 1980. You don't want to move. Mortgage rates are making that almost an impossibility for most middle-income Americans. And yet, you don't want to let your house go to seed. So what are a lot of Americans doing? Rather than moving, they are rehabbing their homes. And maybe you're doing that too with your kitchens, with your bathrooms, or whatever. Listen to this. Roughly 1 in 5 homeowners are enlarging their bathrooms and spending about 50% more on those remodels this year, 50% more this year than last year. About $13,500 is what the average bathroom remodel costs. If you want more extravagant things, obviously it's going to cost you more. You want to just stay base, you want to keep it around, what you have right now, then there's that $13,500 figure. Bottom line, rehabbing is trumping rebuying right now. It's a phenomena that we're seeing a lot, both in the contractor and subcontractor industry. Someone else who's seen it a lot is standing by right now. She works for a company called Expo Home Improvements. She is the vice president of brand and culture at Expo Home Improvements. And it is great that we can have Amanda McDaniel just kind of weigh in on this whole remodeling process and what it might cost you, bathrooms, kitchens, and things like that. Amanda, how are you on this glorious day?
I am having a wonderful day. How about you?
Not quite there with you yet, but I've got some time before midnight. I think I can catch up. Is that okay?
That sounds perfect.
So, it is. The reality of all of this is that mortgage rates are up, and people that got great mortgage rates, even as late as 2 years ago, when rates were, in some cases, under 3%, the specter of moving and having to get a new mortgage at 8%, maybe a little less than that, maybe a little more than that, the specter of that is not something anybody is really too excited about. I suppose if you don't have to move in this day and age, you're not going to move, right?
That is absolutely true, and exactly what we're seeing in the industry right now. You are right. I'm one of those lucky people to have that 3% on my mortgage, and it's a little tempting sometimes looking at another home. But then I look at the 8% and I go, are you crazy? No way. So what we're finding right now as we're out in the industry, people are calling us saying, I'm not moving. I'm going to stay put. But I want to do a little bit of updating. Where should I start? Mm-hmm. So that's what we're seeing right now. They're just kind of staying in place. Homeowners are staying there. And they're looking at, let's fix it up and let us enjoy it, right? Why remodel for someone else to enjoy it?
Yeah, I always thought, Amanda, it was crazy for somebody to remodel a home just to sell it. Remodel it and enjoy it, and then if you sell, you sell. But don't do it, because chances are your remodeling to your taste does not necessarily mean that the taste of the people that might buy your home are the same tastes.
Exactly. You and I are thinking on the same page, and that's what a lot of homeowners out there are doing. Yeah, hey, let's go ahead and take care of myself first.
Wow, I could be a home improvement expert. How about that?
You could.
I've always heard the two most important areas of a house to make sure that you continue to upgrade are kitchen and bathroom. Kitchen is generally a gathering place when people come over. Bathrooms, obviously, are very important for just general living in a house. But is there one more important than the other? Is kitchen more important than bathroom, or vice versa?
Actually, you know what? They're both important. And let me tell you why. Is that, your kitchen's exactly like you said. Everyone's gathering in the kitchen. That's where you have a lot of memories and laughs. You're toasting a drink to each other. You're having a really good time. But that is, again, for everybody. but that bathroom, it's just for you. And in our day and age when, gosh, you have a lot of stress in your life, you need a self-care space that's just for you. Nice soaking, in that nice deep tub, or a steam shower, or just something where you can take time to put a little bit back into you, just you on your own. So they're both important because one is for the family and one's just to make sure you're taking care of you.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you get older, and that's what we're talking about, people that have been in their homes for a while, they want to remodel the home. Your needs change. Back in your 20s and 30s, maybe you wanted a nice steam shower in there. Maybe you wanted a cabana boy, just kind of like bringing you towels and things like that. But as you get older, what you really want is not tripping over a tub to get into a shower. So a lot of this stuff just makes sense from an aging standpoint.
Well, it does. And that's what they are calling right now, aging in place. I want to age in place. I got to take out that tub, and I'm going to put in something like a shower, like a walk-in shower. I can easily get in the shower. Hey, if I get to the age where I need like a wheelchair or a walker or something, I've already got that step-in shower that I can use. So yeah, things change as you age, which is fine. But go ahead and get that done in the bathroom because boy, you're going to see a return on your investment because it is the number 2 renovation of a home.
There's no one size fits all on any of this, but I'm reading some stats here that $13,500 was the medium price that people spent redoing bathrooms in the last calendar year. That's up about $4,000. Obviously, the bigger the bathroom, the more expensive it would be. But it also depends on what you put in it, right? It's not necessarily how big it is; it's what you put in it. So, what are you finding that people are putting in bathrooms now that bring them up to speed in calendar year 2023?
Mm-hmm. Well, most people start with what they call the wet area. That's where water comes out, right? So here you are, you're standing in your bathroom, your shower, your tub. That's where people start. So that's always the best place to start because hopefully that is what you're using every single day to clean yourself and feel refreshed. Mm-hmm. So the number one we're seeing in there is going in and taking out that tub. Realtors have always said over time, that you should always have one tub in your house. Actually, that's not true anymore. A lot of people are moving to showers. Bathing bathtubs is a little bit of a thing of the past. Some people still love them. We sell a lot of them over here at our company, but that shower is very popular. So that's where people usually start, and then they'll head into like that countertop, 2 sinks, very popular to have the 2 sinks, nice open air, good lighting fixtures so that you can see yourself, especially for women, as they're getting ready in the morning, make sure their makeup and hair is looking good.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 sinks, Jack and Jill sinks, right? That's what you want, Jack and Jill sinks.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
And that's funny about the tub thing because I just heard that from someone not a day ago who was thinking about redesigning his bathroom. He says, well, you got to have a tub. I really don't want one, but if I sell it, and people come in here with kids, they may not buy the house because it doesn't have a tub. And I'm like, so they come in and buy the house and put a tub in if they want a tub. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to use it, right?
That is 100% right. So we will tell our clients all the time who have a little hesitation, no. Feel very confident taking out that tub, putting in a shower. Because one, think about yourself. Like you just said, we just discussed. Don't think about the next person who's coming. Do what is right for you. Get the safety shower or whatever you need to feel that wonderful self-care space. And guess what? That shower easily can go back into a tub. That is not a problem at all. It's very reversible.
But, you could really spend a lot more than what you need on one of these things, or you could spend a lot less than what you think you have to spend. Is there a sweet spot for an average-sized bathroom?
Yeah, for an average-sized bathroom, you are going to be looking. You said something about $13,000. That's right around that average spot. It's anywhere between $12,000 and even up to $20,000 for the bathroom. So that's why most people start in that shower area. They'll get that done, and then they'll kind of move over into the sinks and the decor, and maybe putting in some flooring and some paint. But taking care of the number one need that you have every day, that's the most important. And so you're going to see right between that $12,000 up to about $15,000 for that shower area, all the way up to $20,000 for everything.
Yeah. Okay. Good knowledge. Amanda McDaniel, she's a home improvement expert. She's also VP of Brand and Culture at Expo Home Improvement. What about kitchens? Kitchens are tough. The cabinets are expensive. Waiting on cabinets to get delivered are expensive. Kitchens are a different beast here, aren't they?
Yes, they are. Well, first of all, because that's what we just said, the families in there. The bathroom, okay, maybe you have a second bathroom. You can go use that second bathroom during the renovation, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the kitchen, there's no place else to go.
Right.
So we're talking a whole big beast here, yeah, because they're taking everything out and putting it back in. And you do, it's a big project timeline, making sure that everything is coming in so that when they come to your home, they're not leaving you with an unfinished project for weeks, come back, then finish. You really want to choose a company that's going to get everything done in one to 2 days.
In 1 to 2 days?
Yeah, absolutely. So, if you're doing a major one where you're taking out walls and you're redoing sheetrock, yeah, that's gonna take a couple of weeks. But if you're just taking out your cabinets, so we're just taking out our cabinets and putting in new countertops, giving a little facelift to that kitchen, you should have a company that can come in and do it within 1 to 2, maybe 3 days.
Wow.
But for the whole kitchen, yeah, you're doing flooring, sheetrocking, lighting. Oh yeah, that's a major project.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are looking just to give a little facelift to that kitchen right now. That's very popular.
Right, and I guess the other thing too is it's not so much who you have doing the work. I shouldn't say not so much the work you're having done. You should know that if you're working with a designer. Hopefully, the designer and you are working simpatico. But you've got to have somebody you trust doing it. And I think that there are probably a lot of people out there that aren't very trustworthy. And all they're going to do is do what's best and quickest for them and move on to the next project. I mean, you got to have a little TLC with every one of these projects, or I think you're out in the cold with most of this stuff, right?
Absolutely. And so that's why choosing someone is really important. I always tell everybody, they come to me and say, hey, I want to start a project. Where should I start? One, you need to investigate who you're choosing. We have a term in the industry called a chuck and a truck, right? I mean, do they have a warranty? Are they insured? Can they back and support? Are they going to run off with your money? Choose a company that is definitely insured, has a good warranty. The BBB is a great place to go to check out. Look at the reviews, look at the Google reviews, and get that good recommendation before you start with a major project, because you want it done well and you want it done right. So that's the very first place you should start.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, I just think that if you don't do these things along the way, you're going to get slammed at the end of the day when you get older, and people are just going to look at your house and keep moving on by, particularly in an environment where these interest rates are just out of sight. I mean, I'm looking here, millennial homeowners remodel more often than Gen Xers and boomers. Well, if you're a boomer, I hate to say it, you've been in your house a while, and maybe you're on a fixed income and you just don't want to put the money into it at this point. So do it while you're young enough to enjoy it. Do it while you're not young enough to afford it, as opposed to reaching the end of the line and you maybe aren't going to be able to afford doing it.
Exactly. But when you get to the end of the line, that's when it becomes a need and not a want, right? And so that's what we see with our senior citizens that are coming to us because at this point, fixed income, but it is a need to get, like, for example, that safety shower. Yeah. They want to stay in their home. They don't want to go someplace else. Now it becomes a need. So, think about those things and start planning for that future so you've got what you want right there in your home.
Yeah. Amanda, when you get to the end of the line, you're going someplace where you don't necessarily need a mortgage. You know what I'm saying?
That is true. That is true.
Amanda McDaniel, how do people find you? Because I think a lot of people want to make some changes here, and they need somebody that makes sense. How do they find you?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you can start, getting on Google and looking for a good home improvement company that is partnered with BBB or Google. But here we're at Expo Home Improvement, and so you can go to expo home.com and take a look at us and see if we're the right fit for you.
Good stuff. Amanda, thanks. We appreciate your time. Stay well.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
You bet.